Hey everyone, welcome to another stream. Whether you're here live or not, I'm still on the road, so I'm still using the headset microphone. Just another laid-back Wintertodt stream. Let me pin a message here in the chat, and then I'll get started. There we go. Alright. Still need a good way to pull up this chat when I only have one screen. So Wintertodd's at 22%. I'm just going to wait for the next round. I wish I could set up some sort of alert for when I have a new message, like my tab flashes or something. I don't know how to do that. I don't think it's possible. Just prepare for a round here. Man, my laptop fan works so hard when I'm streaming. I think the Rune client, RuneLite client, is actually fairly resource intensive. I've had it crash a few times. Hoping to get like a good 500,000 experience this stream. That should take what, like, if I do well, maybe 2 hours. Last stream I was not focused at all. I was not playing well, so I had pretty bad experience rate. Kind of settled into the group Wintertodt. It's so much easier. It's a lot less focus on my part, especially when I'm streaming on the road like this and I don't have two monitors. I just want to be a little bit more laid back. I'll get back to some solo runs eventually. Hey Akatsuki, welcome back. Sorry about the last stream. I know you were here and I wasn't interacting much. I kept getting interrupted with a bunch of stuff and I couldn't interact with the chat. See, I didn't realize it was a coincidence. You're always here. Every time I stream, you're always like the first person to chat. I guess we must be on some sort of cosmic wavelength. Hey Flork, how's it going? I think there are a lot of people here. The health is going down pretty quickly. So I might have to fletch a few of these to make sure that I get my 500 points. I'm doing well too. Can't complain. Been a busy day for me with work, but ready to relax. I had to take a nap today after work, which is very rare for me. I rarely take naps, but I got home and I just crashed, which is bad because now I have all this energy, which means I'll probably stay up late. Alright, let's go ahead and randomize the music. The Wintertodt music definitely gets repetitive, especially after being here for hours on end. My PC specs. Oh man. You know, I would love to give you those. However, like I mentioned, I am out of town. I'm in a hotel room for work. And I'm on my laptop, so I'm not at my home PC. And honestly, I don't know off the top of my head because I bought it so long ago. I did go all out on it when I bought it, but I bought it maybe 6-7 years ago. So it is fairly old, but because I went all out on it when I did get it, it's holding up very well. It's still a very good computer. I'll make a mental note. If I remember, I'll comment on this stream or something when I get back home with my PC specs and try to tag you in it. Actually, you know what? I might have like my email from when I bought the computer way back in the day, and it might have the specs. Let me look at my inbox and see if I can find like the receipt for it or something, and I can look it up right now. Let's see what I can find. I should probably, yeah, while I'm chopping wood, I'll keep looking for it because that's pretty AFK. Not finding anything yet. Here we go. Order received. Will it give me all the specs? Yes, it does give me all the specs. Nice. When did I get this? 2017. August of 2017. Hold on, give me just a moment. Once I do my next chop round, I'll try to copy paste all of this in the chat so you can see all the specs. There's a lot of junk specs in here. Sorry if you guys are getting Windows alert sounds. I guess because I have the Wintertodt plugin enabled, it kind of notifies me if I don't have the RuneLite client open and something happens. Since I'm kind of multitasking here a little bit. Come on, someone heal the Pyromancer. Yeah, it's no use trying to multitask while I'm doing this part, but when I'm chopping the wood, that's probably the best part, because then nothing really interrupts you. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep playing after the Questscape, for sure. That's just the first, like, big goal of the account. That's the main thing I'm working towards with all the side goals along the way, but of course I'll be setting new goals after that. Maybe like all the achievement diaries or achievement hunting. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna paste all the specs here. There's a lot of junk on there. It's not like just the specs. It has info about like the case and promos and stuff like that, but hopefully you can find what you need on there. Actually, let me just clean it up a little bit. I will clean it up before I send it. I really don't want to cheese quests. I know there's a lot of quests that you can like safe spot a tough enemy from and stuff like that. I may have to do that on occasion, but my intention is to play the game as intended as possible, if that makes sense. Okay, so here are the computer specs, Flork. Oh, never mind. I can't send this. There's a character limit on the chat. I'm gonna have to send this in a couple of different messages. 4 different messages. Hold on. Let me like cut all this, put it into a notepad file. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Hey Ed, what's up? Yes, I've been doing well. How are you? Ah, man, it's hard multitasking with only one monitor here. Ah, you've been playing Baldur's Gate a lot? Yeah, sorry, the messages are gonna be a little messy, but I just have to send them in a bunch of messages just because of the character limit. Hopefully you can decipher all that. I think that has all like the major components in there. Yeah, so I got that computer back in 2017, and it's holding up very well. I mean, it has its little quirks. I feel like every PC has its little kinks and quirks, but it works well overall. I don't think it's time for an upgrade yet, although I'm getting eager to upgrade. There's really no reason to. I mean, I'm not having any issues. Oh yeah, Ed, I forgot that you're playing that on your brand new PC. That's the best, right? When you get a new PC and there's like an amazing game that just came out that you can indulge it with. That's exciting. You haven't finished Desert Treasure. Baldur's Gate took all your attention. It's alright. I've really slowed down on the RuneScape as well. I've been trying to record single player games because I'm trying to keep releasing them 4 times per week, and I'm running out of videos, so I've been busy recording that instead of playing RuneScape. Flork, I'm a little embarrassed to say that I spent a little bit too much money on that computer. Back in the day when I got it in 2017, it cost me $5,200. Spent a lot of money on it, but in retrospect, I'm glad I did because, like I said, it's 7 years later and I'm able to record in 4K, play any game I want, and record in 4K definition, so I really can't complain. For somebody who's trying to run a YouTube gaming channel, I guess it was a worthwhile investment. Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying the Camelot series. I think the first 4 episodes. Oh, I need to put some kindling in there, and I'm not gonna get my 500 points. Yeah, I think the first 5 episodes of that series, 4 or 5, I recorded way back in the day, like when I first started the channel, and I never finished it. And then everything after episode 5, I think, is I recorded, very recently. Man, it looks like my headset microphone is picking up a lot of the background noise. Sorry if that's annoying. I think it's just the laptop fan that it's picking up. Yeah, I try to voice act the NPCs. It's a little awkward, but I think it makes it kind of fun. If anything, you guys can laugh at my expense. See, the reason I actually stopped recording the series way back in the day is because there were like a lot of female characters coming up, and I just couldn't get the voices. It was awkward, and I just kind of gave up on it. But what's really interesting is that I ended up, with all the recent developments, I used an AI voice changer for some of the female parts in some of the upcoming episodes to kind of help me out. And I guess that turned out okay. I don't know. Yeah, that was the main reason I stopped. I was like, there's just like too many female voices I gotta do coming up, and I can't do them. I don't like doing them, so I just got stuck. But now, AI software can help me. So that's what I did. It's kind of a fun little experiment to run. I had fun kind of playing around with that. Yeah, honestly, it is kind of cringy when I'm doing it and recording it and editing it, and sometimes when I'm listening back to it, I cringe a little bit, but I think it does make the series fun. You know, it's a very simplistic text-based game, so I think it adds it's almost like a storybook, if you will, if I do the voice acting. Like a nice little bedtime story for the kiddos. Another game I tried to voice act for was when I did Majora's Mask 3DS. And that one really made me uncomfortable, so I stopped doing it a few episodes in. I don't do much voice acting anymore. I try to be expressive when I read and stuff like that, but in general, I try not to do too much voice acting. But yeah, I mean, there are certain games where I think it definitely adds to it. Mainly those really old games. RuneScape grind is okay. Like I said, I've really kind of scaled down how much I'm playing RuneScape. That was always the intention, you know, only 1 to 2 episodes and or streams per week was my intent. I started out really strong and felt like I was playing a lot every day. So I've kind of hopefully gotten it to the pace where I want to keep it at. So admittedly, I haven't been playing as much, but when I play, I'm having a lot of fun and making good progress, I think. In terms of fire making, I am at 87, 4.1 million experience. I'm getting there. And then once I get back home and I'm at my computer, I'll probably record a few more actual episodes for the series, do some quests, do some of the fishing quests, and start Tempros. Oh, you bet I got those e-girl voice changers. You guys are going to be simping like crazy in the chat. Oh, I need to go to the bank. I need more cakes. Oh yeah, the construction comes from doing the solo version of Wintertodt. I get decent construction experience, so that's where that came from. And then I don't know if you missed the Guardians of the Rift streams, but that's where I got the rune crafting from. I did a couple of Guardians of the Rift streams, so I could get law runes to teleport around. Massive deforestation. Yeah, I need to make more little clever grinding montages again. I was doing that more originally. How old am I? I'm getting up there, man. I'm getting up there. I'm 33. Yeah, honestly, it's probably going to be a while until I do Guardians of the Rift again. I'll have to do the full grind eventually, you know, to get all the gear and the outfit or whatever, and of course the rune crafting levels, but right now that's pretty low priority. I was mainly doing that just for some law runes. Maybe once I do some of the quests that unlock all the other altars, like the Cosmic Altar, the Death Altar, stuff like that, I might go back and stockpile a few of those runes, I don't know. Yeah, you know, some people would say it's impressive, some people would say it's sad, I don't know. I have fun. I think it's gonna be funny in like 20 years or something like that, or 30 years, when our generation is old and senile, but we kind of grew up with this stuff. We grew up with video games, we grew up with streaming. So it's gonna be like all these old timers live from the nursing home, bringing you old school RuneScape. Sir, put your video games away. It's time for your pudding and your medicines. No, I'm trying to get my fire making up. Leave me alone. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great time. You know, with how much content there is in RuneScape, I probably will be still grinding some 99s from the nursing home. Yeah, it's weird to think that I'm 33, man. I started this channel when I was like 23, 24. It doesn't seem that long ago, but it's like my whole youth, pretty much. Thankfully, I still feel very young. I feel very youthful. I think I'm actually in the best shape I've ever been in my life. I've been 46 construction, nice. Yeah, I've been exercising much more seriously. I've been eating better, so I've never felt better, which is good. So in some ways, I feel a little bit younger than when I actually did start the channel. All right, Floric, enjoy the meal. Yeah, Ed, it's I don't know, it's crazy to think about where things might be in a couple of decades. Because if you're around my age, you kind of went through this whole process, right? You know, at least when I was growing up, computers, they weren't in every household yet. A lot of people had them, but not every household. It wasn't like a necessity, and you still had like dial-up internets. There weren't smartphones. People didn't have cell phones. And I kind of saw all that develop, right? First, everybody had like the flip phones, and then everybody got a smartphone. And when I started going on the internet as a kid, I felt like not many people knew about the internet. It was kind of like a secret cool thing that I did on my own. And then now everybody's on the internet, and it's just crazy to think how much things have changed in such a short period of time. You had like Super Mario in 8-bit, and now you have like these crazy VR games, and it hasn't been that long. I can only imagine how things are going to be looking like in 10, 20 years or whatever. Because it seems like technology develops exponentially, right? To get from Super Mario to VR was a long process, but I feel like to get from VR to whatever the next thing is, it's going to be a shorter time frame. Yeah, reading all the Stronghold of Security text, oh my god. Halfway through that episode when I was recording it, I was like, you know what? I might have made a mistake on this one. I might have just skipped all this. But I was too committed. I was already halfway there. I was like, no, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I think I got some repeat questions in there too, and I read the repeat questions. Absolute insanity. I need to go look at like the metrics. I usually don't look too much at the metrics of videos, but I think it would be funny to see, you know, a certain average view per video on the RuneScape series, and then I do that Stronghold of Security episode and just watch it plummet. I've been a little bit more focused on growth this year, but it's never been like my primary motivator. I do this for fun. I like to record the way I like. I like reading all the dialogue. I know it's not like the smartest way to grow a channel. I know it's not content that people necessarily want to see, or most people anyway. But I don't want to change the way I'm doing things. If I can leverage what I already do a little better for growth, I'm more than happy to try that kind of stuff, but I don't really want to change my style just for growth. Yeah, all the physical media is dying off. I'm very much a person that likes a physical copy of everything. Every game I do on my channel, I try to make sure I have an actual physical copy of the game instead of just like some digital download. Some games are impossible, you know, a lot of the developers don't release it anymore. They just do a straight digital, no physical version, which I don't blame because that cuts their costs down significantly, but I like the physical stuff. And at the end of the day, a lot of the physical stuff is much more reliable anyway, so I was thinking of a way to back up my channel in case, I don't know, God forbid YouTube ever went down or I got some stupid like copyright or something and my channel got taken down and I lost all my videos. That would be kind of devastating. And I've lost enough hard drives to know that putting stuff on a hard drive is not a very good like permanent solution. And I'm not a big fan of cloud storage either, just because all the same problems can be true. You know, they can cancel the service at any time, they can delete your files. So ultimately what I decided was that the safest and actually best way to do it is just to burn stuff on CDs, M discs. So that's what I did. I got a bunch of M discs and I just burn all my old videos onto them so I have a copy of them in case anything ever happens to the uploaded versions. CDs, you're not going to lose data on them unless something drastic happens. You know, you can get even like a giant key scratch on a CD. You just put like a little bit of toothpaste on it and it'll read just fine. It's very reliable. There's a market for that vintage stuff, though. There's obviously a giant market for retro video games. There's a giant market for retro music, like people actually like to go in and buy CDs and buy vinyls and stuff like that. It's definitely becoming more of a niche thing, but there is a market for it. And you know, with AI kind of taking over, everything is kind of moving in that direction too. You know, AI generated music, AI novels, AI content, all that's going to kind of take over. But I think there'll always be a market for like handcrafted stuff, you know? Like 20 years from now, there will be little libraries. We only sell books written by actual humans. And there will be people that, of course, go there. Yeah, I agree. There's a certain sadness to it. Everything is digital and automated and AI powered now, and it's all advancing so quickly. Like if you just think back like 2 years ago, like you would hear about AI, but just over the last 2 years, it's basically become like a mainstream thing. It's advanced so much, and it's only going to get better at a faster rate. Even now, you see a lot of AI generated content on YouTube. Like there are thousands of channels that just automatically make AI generated like shorts and small videos that are flooding the algorithm. And it's kind of sad, right, to know that there's like not a real human behind that and it's kind of flooding out everybody else. But I don't know. We'll just have to see how things go. I think that most people will have a yearning for human created things, and I think things will kind of self-correct to where they need to be, but it is a very turbulent time, and who knows where it's all going to end up. Need to pay attention. I'm on my last cake. Problem is I have to like switch between the internet tab here to read the chat and the RuneScape tab since I only have one monitor. I'll probably try to read chat only when I'm chopping wood because that's pretty AFK. See, like right now, let me pull up the chat. Yeah, it's definitely less risky for publishers to have any sort of physical stuff. Yeah, collector's edition games. I mean, for the big games they still do that, right? But it used to be a lot more common. I'm trying to think if I ever got a collector's edition anything. I don't think so. I think a lot of the really cool games that I like, you know, I was a kid when they came out, so I didn't have any money, so I would just have to get the regular version. And then by the time I could actually afford games, because I had a paycheck, that collector's edition stuff kind of went out of favor a little bit. I guess my Nintendo 64 Majora's Mask game is the collector's edition. There's nothing very special about it. It didn't come with anything extra. It's just the cartridge itself is golden instead of the classic gray. Oh, you got the Elden Rings one? Man, that game was massive when it came out. There was so much hype around it. What came in the collector's edition? I like it when they have like some really badass statue or figurine or something like that. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. A vinyl copy of the soundtrack. Interesting. I don't know much about vinyl, but people say that it definitely just sounds different. And it has a nice character to it. The oldest form of music medium that I remember interacting with was cassette tapes. You know, flip over to side B to continue. Never dealt with vinyls though. You know, whenever I kind of philosophize about how quickly things are changing and how it's so different than back in the day, it just makes me feel older. Because that's what every old person says, right? Things today aren't the way they used to be. Everything's different. We didn't have this internet stuff. But I feel like it's different this time. It really feels like there's just massive change happening very quickly. But I'm sure every old person in their generation thought the same thing, so I don't know. Alright, you got a figurine from it. That's important. You gotta have a figurine on the collector's edition. I mean, you're pretty deep into Baldur's Gate 3. I'm sure that had a pretty juicy collector's edition something available, right? Did it? I think all these giant games like that, those are the ones that do it. Like Elden Ring or probably Diablo 4, Baldur's Gate 3. I'm sure GTA 6 when it comes out will have something. Now what really annoys me is like these AAA games that offer like a collector's edition and it's like pay $30 extra for your collector's edition and you'll get a code to download a very unique cosmetic outfit for your character. That's so lame. I like the cool physical stuff like you mentioned, like a vinyl or artwork book, a figurine, something. Something you can touch. You know, I haven't read in depth, but I've definitely been kind of seeing news articles and things on Twitter. I know a lot of other game studios are kind of jealous, is what it sounds like, of Baldur's Gate 3 and what they were able to accomplish with the game. How much depth they were able to add to it, how much content they were able to produce. And I know other studios were jealous, for lack of a better term, saying, hey, you shouldn't expect this out of games, it's unrealistic. So I know, is that the controversy you're kind of talking about? Because that's the thing I've peripherally been aware of. I really haven't dug too deep into Baldur's Gate 3. Again, just kind of peripherally know about it, but it sounds like they've really done a great job and accomplished a really nice passion project that's not just profit driven, but they really did work their best to make a spectacular game, and I think that's awesome, and I hope that it raises the bar for other studios. And if anything, motivates people to create games like that where there's more passion to it other than just a profit motive. Oh yeah, that's the other thing that bothers me about modern gaming is like early access stuff. It just annoys me. It's like there's this game and then they send out an early copy to a bunch of influencers and then everybody's playing the game on YouTube. And by everybody, I mean anybody that has like at least 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And there's a lot of hype on the game. And then you go and read about it and it's like, this is an alpha build. It's going to take us another 3 years to build a game and we're going to slowly release it. And then they like release another version and then a year later they're like, now we're going into the beta. There's like this trend where people just release unfinished products and just continually work on it and charge you for access to unfinished versions of the game. That really annoys me. It's like, no, just make your game and then release it, okay? If you want to add an expansion later, that's alright, but stop with the whole, like, early access thing. The game is still in development for another 3 years. I hate that. Yeah, I've read that that game is doing just spectacularly well. I haven't heard a bad thing about it at all. Give me 1 second. I am getting a phone call. I'm going to mute the microphone for a second. Okay, microphone back on. Sorry about that. That's going to be the official stream meme, is phone call incoming. Those of you who are here for most streams know that I get a phone call at least once per stream, and then I always go on to say how I never get phone calls ever, except when I'm streaming. So I think, you know, with it happening literally every time, it has to become the stream meme. It's one of the highest rated PC games of all time. Hasn't happened in 16 years. What game caused it to happen last time, 16 years ago? I'm curious. Just so I can compare, I guess. God, man, you're making me want to check it out. I can't miss this. If it's like a once in a lifetime kind of game, you know, I'm gonna have to check it out. Maybe I'll just casually play it, you know, not worry about doing any content for it in the channel. Just play it for myself and enjoy it. Maybe that's what I'll do. I always feel so much pressure to create content around any game that I'm playing. How's my experience? 250k per hour, not bad, not bad. It's a weird little track. Weird little tune. Man, this heron pet here, I have so much more respect for it now after having done the fishing trawler minigame for a few hours. That is a respectable grind to go for that pet. Half-Life 2, interesting. Huh. You know, that's a game that I would like to do. I had Half-Life, I guess it was like on a CD or something. But it was weird, I think it was like, I actually bought Counter-Strike, and Half-Life was on the same CD, I guess? So it took me a while to even realize that I had Half-Life, because I just played Counter-Strike. And then I remember playing it as a kid, and really enjoying it, but I don't think I ever beat Half-Life, so I need to go back and actually beat it and try some of the sequels. I remember enjoying it a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I agree. I think Half-Life is definitely the vibe of my channel, right? It's still one like those older classic games that at least most people really love. You know, and I take that back. I think I did beat the game. I think I beat Half-Life 1. I have some vague memories of it. I just remember, you know, mysteriously finding it on the CD and being like, what's this Half-Life thing? I thought it's only Counter-Strike on here. And then playing it and getting enamored. Hey, Flork, welcome back. What'd you have for dinner, man? I don't know if I have any Half-Life memes that stick out of my head. Egyptian food. Interesting. I'm not too familiar. What does Egyptian food, what is like an average Egyptian cuisine plate? Yeah, Ed, I might. I might. The problem is, I know I've mentioned this multiple times, but I did promise my audience one video every day for 2023, and admittedly, I'm really struggling to keep up. I'm running out of content. I'm like working overtime to try and make sure there's stuff, and so it doesn't leave much free time to explore any sort of different projects. But I think once 2024 rolls around, I'm just gonna take the foot off the accelerator a little bit, and that should give me a little bit more time to explore games and take on projects that I can take my time with a little bit more instead of trying to rush. Koshery. What is koshery? You know what? Let me look it up while my guy's burning some logs. I'm familiar with a lot of Arab food, Persian food, but not specifically Egyptian food. Widely popular street food. It's an Egyptian staple, mixing pasta, Egyptian fried rice, vermicelli, and brown lentils, topped with a zesty tomato sauce. That sounds delicious. That sounds spectacular, actually. Yeah, I think I could have a lot of fun playing Baldur's Gate. I think to do a series on it will be way too overwhelming for me. You know me by now. You know I like to 100% everything. I'm the idiot who reads the quest dialogue doing the Stronghold of Security. So if I ever try to make a series on Baldur's Gate 3, I think I would lose my mind. Because I heard there's like infinite content in that game. And like 27,000 unique endings or whatever. So I think that might be one where, you know what, I just sit down, play, and enjoy. Like it's meant to be. I did play the original Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2. I like them a lot. I had a lot of fun with those. Oh yeah, for sure. Man, I need to pay attention to my health. I got down to 9. Gotta be careful, man. It's a hardcore Ironman. Yeah, hey guys, it's Renaissance Gaming here. Back at you from the nursing home with ending number 1792. I've thought about kind of doing secondary content where I don't get as obsessive about perfecting a game. But that's just not me, man. I can't sloppily play through a game and upload it. I think that would be okay if I wanted to stream something, like if I wanted to have like a casual stream for the channel and I just pick up a random game and stream it. I think that might be okay, but I wouldn't make a series unless I kind of know what I'm doing with the game. Yeah, that damn nursing home staff and their chicken soup. They say I can't have steak because I don't have any teeth. Command and Conquer Generals. I'm not familiar with that specific title, but I played a lot of Command and Conquer as a kid. My cousin got me into it. I don't know which one I played. I guess it was the original one. I don't know. I know there's a lot of them in the series. It might have been Command and Conquer 2. I don't know. It's been a long time though. I don't remember much about it, except that it had like a little bit of StarCraft vibe. I'm sure like all the Command and Conquer fans are like, what are you talking about? It's not StarCraft. I know it's different. Just saying, it kind of had a little bit of the same vibe. Yeah, I mean, I played it a lot, but I also never really got into like the futuristic type of games, like the sci-fi futuristic stuff. I like it. It's just not as much my vibe. I'm much more of like the medieval kind of person. Lord of the Rings over Star Wars, you know? Age of Empires over Command and Conquer. Exactly, Knights of Honor, Stronghold, all the classics. I'm thinking if I have any sort of sci-fi-ish, futuristic type of games on my channel, and I don't think I'd. Oh, SteamWorld Heist. That was kind of a small, kind of niche game, though. I did enjoy that a lot. And I do have Borderlands on my very long to-do list. It's not near the top, but I would like to go through Borderlands eventually. I guess it's kind of futuristic, post-apocalyptic in a way. Hope somebody heals that Pyromancer. Yeah, I don't. Besides SteamWorld Heist, I don't think I have any other sci-fi-ish futuristic stuff. I have never played BioShock. Any of the BioShock games I've never played. I have looked at them, and they do look really good. Again, I would like to do them, but I don't even want to say that because I think it would be a long time until I get to it, because there are many other games that I'd rather do instead on my ever-growing list. But BioShock looks great. The Last of Us, of course, is like a great game that everybody talks about, and I've never played it. I have no idea. I just know it's apparently good. The Fallout series seems very interesting to me as well. That's another franchise I never played. You didn't really enjoy BioShock. That's interesting. You're like the first non-positive review I've heard for that game. I think I would enjoy some of those types of games though. I really like that kind of post-apocalyptic Mad Max type of vibe. I enjoy that. Dude, RuneScape chat is such a comedy show sometimes. Those poor souls staring at the brazier for 6 hours. You're talking about the RuneScape chatters here? I think you kind of have to descend into madness before you even start a 99 grind. You already have to be mad to be doing this, you know? At least to some extent. Oh, dang, man. Gotta... See, I get too comfortable. After I do this for like an hour, I start getting comfortable, I don't pay attention, I take all this damage unnecessarily, I'm not paying attention to my health. And it's not like this requires that much focus, but I do need at least a little bit. Can't just AFK this. Final Fantasy, yeah, see, Final Fantasy is a classic, and it's another one that I never played. Never played a single game from the series. I feel like I missed out on so many great franchises. Alright, who's gonna heal the Pyromancer? Come on, guys. Heal the Pyromancer. There we go. If you're asking me what my favorite game is, I don't have a good answer. It kind of changes. It depends on the mood, but if I had to pick one, I would kind of go on impact. Like the game that had the most impact on me and that I love so much would have to be Zelda Ocarina of Time for the N64. I can't give that spot to any other game. Yeah, I know, Ed. It's like my big humiliation as a video game fan. The secret's out. Renaissance Gaming, who has a channel around old classic games mainly, has never played Final Fantasy. I'm a fraud. I've fooled all of you. Ah, Red Dead Redemption. That game looks like a lot of fun too. Anything by Rockstar, right? Those guys just know how to make a good game. Half-Life 2 comes in at number 2. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the Half-Life series eventually. That's something I definitely want to do. Especially if it gets such great reviews. I think part of the reason why I never got into Final Fantasy is because it seems very overwhelming to me. In the sense that they're extremely long games, right? If you want to 100% them, you're going to be spending hundreds of hours. And there's so many Final Fantasy games, and I'm the type of person that, like, I got to start at the beginning, man. I can't just go play Final Fantasy 7. I have to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. So it seems very overwhelming to me. And that kind of puts me off from even starting. Yeah, for sure. Big games like that to 100% the way I like to do it, it's a lot of work. Because when I say 100%, people think one thing, but in all honesty, I kind of like to take it a step further. So it's not like I just, get all the optional collectible things. I really spend a lot of time researching and trying to show things like special dialogue. And I spend a lot of time routing things so that I can route the game so that it makes sense and it's as cinematic as it can be. So I always put way more effort than I probably should into recording stuff. So big games like that kind of scare me a little bit. Yeah, Flork, I don't know if you were here earlier or if you were eating your dinner, but Ed and I were talking about how Baldur's Gate has had like the best reviews in the last 16 years, and the last time that happened was with Half-Life 2, back when it came out. So we were talking about how great Half-Life 2 was received. Are you Egyptian, by the way, or were you just eating Egyptian food? I need to feed some stuff here to the fire. I'm not going to get my points. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I like to see where some of the viewers are from. I think it's always interesting to have viewers from all over the world. I've had people from Sweden, now Egypt, Saudi Arabia, England, Canada, United States, of course. I've had Italians. Hungarians, Bulgarians. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know what the algorithm did, but my Knights of Honor series absolutely blew up in Saudi Arabia for whatever reason. It's like thousands of Saudi Arabians are watching my Knights of Honor series. Oh, you grew up in Jordan? That's cool. When I was in college, I had a very good friend. He was from Jordan. Yeah, that makes sense, Flork. You know, maybe I should indulge the crowd, right? Maybe I should do another Knights of Honor playthrough, but play as a Middle Eastern kingdom. My parents lived in the Middle East for a while. My dad moved out there for work. He lived there for 3 years with my mom. He was out in Saudi Arabia. I still regret never going there to visit them while they were living there. I was busy at the time, so it's kind of hard to make the trip, but I wish I would have gone. They would travel around the area too, so they went to Bahrain and Abu Dhabi and Dubai and all that. The place in the Middle East I really want to visit is Iran, but I know it's actually kind of hard to visit that country. As an American citizen, you basically have to apply to be able to go, and you have to be escorted by like a supervisor at all times while you're there. Oh my god, I ran right into that storm like an idiot. Yeah, Iran just is so interesting to me. There's so much history there. Just ancient Persia, you know, that place has been there for thousands of years. No, maybe not thousands, but you know what I mean. It's like the United States is just like a baby, you know? We're a little baby country. Other civilizations have been there for centuries. 348. Oh, are you actually in Egypt? I know you said you're Jordanian and Egyptian, but I don't know why I assumed you were in the US. Oh, okay. Nice. That's another thing that's on my list for sure. Like I have to go see the freaking pyramids before I die, right? Kind of have to. That's another place my parents got to go to when they were living in the Middle East. They did all the Egypt tourism stuff. I was very jealous. So you're up late, my man. Your schedule's all out of whack. You're up at 3:48. You're eating your dinner at like 3:30. You sound like me. Nah, I missed that lighting. I'm gonna level up my fire making soon, looks like. There we go, 88. Still not even halfway there, but we'll get there eventually. Least favorite game that I've played? I'm gonna need a few minutes to think about that one. Because generally, if I play a game and I don't enjoy it, I kind of stop pretty quickly, and it slowly gets out of my memory. So I have to think about that. Alright, this might not be a very satisfactory answer, maybe not what you're looking for, but I remember as a kid, when I used to go to the dentist was a smart dude. He had a Super Nintendo set up in the waiting lobby so the kids could play. I love that. That was great. But he had the Home Alone game for the Super Nintendo there. And I'm a huge Home Alone fan. I like that movie. So I thought the game would be awesome. So I would play that at the dentist office every once in a while and just remember feeling empty inside all the time playing that game. I was like, wow, this game is just garbage. It was really dumb. You walked around and tried to avoid the bandits. There was like no mechanic to the game. It was just all wrong. Everything about that game was just wrong. Oh, what am I doing? I don't know why, but I thought he was dead. That was stupid. I changed the position of the microphone. Does it still sound okay? Yeah, those old NES games. I think I saw somebody made a pretty interesting YouTube video several years ago about the ET game for the NES and how it was such garbage that they like buried like 10,000 copies of it somewhere. They just dug a big hole and just buried all the cartridges. Something like that. I'm probably getting 80% of that story wrong, but that's the gist of it. Yeah, you know, Ed, that's actually a good point. There were a lot of games that were really, really good, and then they tried to make like a Game Boy Advance version of those games that were just utter garbage. There were a lot of those, actually. Well, when it comes to GTA, I'll actually say this. If you're talking about like the original GTA, like GTA 1, I would say that the Game Boy version was actually better than the PC version. For GTA 1. It was still bad. I think they're both bad games. But I think the Game Boy Advance version is more tolerable than the PC version. The PC version is so clunky. The controls are so difficult. The mechanics are difficult. It's like you can't really save very well. It's just a mess. I didn't earn enough points. I was slacking. I was being a slacker. Oh, man. GTA Advance. Yeah, I don't know if that's the one I'm thinking of then. Thinking like Gauntlet. Like, Gauntlet Dark Legacy is one of my favorite games of all time. And at the time, there was the GBA version of it, the Game Boy Advance version, and I was like, yes, another version for me to play. Just absolute garbage. Exactly, they're like mobile ports. You kind of nailed that. You know, speaking of phone ports, you probably know, but I'm a huge Lord of the Rings dork, right? I'm just love all things Lord of the Rings. And back when the movies were still coming out and there was a lot of hype around it, they released a mobile game for Lord of the Rings, but this was before smartphones. So it was like a flip phone Lord of the Rings game. I don't even remember what it was called, but you could pick like Aragorn, Legolas, or Gimli, and you kind of like platformed around and killed orcs. And you can imagine, you know, a Lord of the Rings game on a flip phone, it was just as horrible as it sounds. And I tried so hard to like it, right? And in my heart, I knew that it was a terrible game and that it was awful. And I had like guilt about it because I was like, I can't not like this. It's Lord of the Rings. But it was horrific. On top of that, I got yelled at because I bought the game. It was like $1.99 or whatever. But I was a kid, and of course my dad was paying the cell phone bill at the time. So he got the bill for like $1.99, $1.99, not $200, obviously. So not only was it an awful game that gave me guilt, but also got in trouble over it. Yeah, I haven't played too many mobile port games. I think there are some games where it works very well. Like, wow, this game works perfectly on a mobile, and it's basically like a direct port. There's no major changes or anything. So for certain games, I think it works, but the problem is when they try to force it, you know? It sounds like a boardroom meeting. Somebody said, you know, we need to tap into the mobile market. Why don't we just rehash this game and take everything great about it and throw it away and make it horrible and release it on the phone and we'll get kids to buy it. That's a problem for sure. For example, the game that I just did on my channel, Professor Layton, that actually works very well for a mobile port. And they actually did do like an HD mobile port, which is excellent because it's basically just like the original game, except they updated the graphics to make it look a little cleaner. So that works, but I could definitely see something like Spyro just being ruined. Hey Kay, welcome in. No, I didn't quit. Just definitely slow down the pace on RuneScape. It was always my intention to slow it down a little bit. I'm aiming for like one through 2 episodes / streams per week. Yeah, Ed, I haven't tried the mobile version of Old School RuneScape yet, so I don't know how the interface is and the UI, but most people say positive things about it, and it's such a grindy game that, you know, it's almost important to have a mobile port so people can play it that way. I just personally have not tried it. A pay-to-win Elden Ring game for the phone. Sounds about right. There's so many mobile game developer companies that just try to capitalize on franchises. They just release some garbage game that has a franchise logo on it. Yeah, it's very impressive what mobile phones can do nowadays in terms of games and just processing power. I should try out some mobile games that are done right. Have you guys ever played any mobile game that you would recommend that's actually good and enjoyable? Terraria and Minecraft. I could see Terraria doing well on mobile. Oh yeah, you can get like a controller for your phone, right? It's so crazy. You've only tried PC ports? Yeah, I really haven't tried much of anything. I did Super Mario Run. It's a pretty silly game. It's specifically for mobile. Oh, you're having connection issues too on RuneScape, Flork? Alright, I'm back. My character is alive. That's what's important. Let me eat some cake. Yeah, it looks like it was a RuneScape issue. Looked like my connection was fine. It's just a RuneScape. Yeah, it looks like everybody disconnected because the pyromancers are all down. There's no lit braziers. There's no one here. Am I in the Wintertodt world? Is that the one I'm on right now? 307? I should be, right? I mean, the thing is down to 10%. No, I'm on 441. I'm not in the Wintertodt world. I'm an idiot. Somebody's just soloing this. Kurama Sensei. If only I even had anywhere close to 2 million. I certainly do not. Plus, I'm an Ironman, I can't trade. I did not pick up a safety teleport stone. Where do you get that from? I do not have a pet. RuneScape pet. Are you talking real life? Sorry, I cleared my throat there. I forgot the microphone's like right next to my face, so if you heard like a weird sound, sorry. That was me clearing my throat. If that's what you were referring to, that's what that sound was. But if you're just asking about pets, yes, I do have 2 dogs. They're brothers. They're from the same litter. Yeah, I've always been a dog person. I've always had dogs. I've never had cats, but I've really been getting into cats recently. If I ever get a pet again, I might go with a cat. I feel like they match my personality very well. I like those Persian cats and the short face exotic cats. I think they look so cool. Or the Maine Coon cats, the ones that are huge, those are pretty cool too. Escape crystals, and I'll have to get them for minigames. Yeah, I definitely need to look into that sooner rather than later. Ah, your cat's just a baby, little kitten. 1.5 years. Yeah, I know cats don't really like to be petted. Well, I think they do, but like on their terms, right? Like you can't go up to them and pet them. They'll come to you if they want a petting. They're very much like that, I've heard. The annoying thing is when I reset the client, I lost how much experience I've gained this session. I usually like to keep track. Yeah, I think cats like that wet food better anyway. Alright, see you later, Ed. Thanks for stopping by. Always fun chatting with you. Have a good night. Yeah, I know cats are very particular. They have very strong, independent kind of personalities. I do not play Call of Duty, no. I did play one of the Call of Duties. I wanna say it was Call of Duty 4, maybe? But I only did like the single player campaign. That's my only experience with Call of Duty. Not the biggest fan of first person shooters. I like them, it's just I prefer other games. Where did I get my channel name? That's a good question, actually. so long ago that I created it that I don't really remember. But I guess I kind of went with the theme, right? Kind of trying to think about classic games, some of the older games. And then I thought about like the Renaissance period and how we could have like a renaissance of the old school gaming. I don't know. It wasn't like an epiphany or just a jolt of inspiration. I just kind of thought through it over the course of a period of time. I think I had some other ideas. Funny enough, you're from Egypt. I thought about doing like an Egyptian type of theme for the channel. With like I don't know what you call it. It's not hieroglyphics, but like the old school kind of Egyptian artwork. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's like the flat two-dimensional imagery from Egypt, from ancient Egypt. I actually had some concept art for like the logo for the channel where it was like basically an Egyptian scribe kind of, instead of writing on a scroll, he was on a computer playing games. Kind of like the logo now where it's like a monk playing a video game. I kind of had something similar where it was like an Egyptian scribe, but instead of writing on the scroll, he was playing on a PC. But I thought that was like too specific, I guess, too narrow, too niche. And then I mainly focused on kind of the logo for that, and I never had like a good name. But yeah, ultimately I just ended up with Renaissance Gaming, went with a kind of medieval monk theme. I think it's fairly appropriate. I wonder if I still have some of that artwork somewhere in some old USB drive. Yeah, you cannot go wrong with a pirate theme. I'm into it. I'm into it. I love the medieval stuff. I love pirate stuff. Can't go wrong with it. Man, that scared the crap out of me. I tabbed out and I saw the health bar was like super low, but it's the pyromancer under me. Spam clicked my cakes. Yeah, Counter-Strike is excellent. I played a lot as a kid. I used to go to the LAN houses with my cousins and play a lot. The original Counter-Strike. I haven't really kept up with the series. You play it every day? You must be pretty good at the game then. The more you play, the better you get, right? It's crazy watching the competitive players play. It's just insane, the level of skill. I don't really recall the crosshair, but if you say it's too big, I trust you since you play the game so much. No, I'll probably never do a face cam. Too handsome, too handsome. People would just melt. I like remaining kind of anonymous. I also think it adds a little bit of charm to the channel. You know, there's a little bit of mystery, you know, who's the guy behind the camera. I think once you see a face, it kind of takes a little bit of that mystery away. Plus, again, I do kind of like the pseudo-anonymity. I guess like a professional doxer could probably figure out who I am, but I like being anonymous. No, no. My channel's way too small for any sort of recognition like that. Yeah, I have shotguns. I like to go clay shooting, where you shoot clays. That's a lot of fun. All right, Floric, thanks for stopping by. Pleasure talking to you as always. Have a good night, man. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. It's always a pleasure to have you on here. I try my best. I'm not a big streamer. Mainly been doing video content, but yeah, I'm glad the stream is enjoyable. Oh, hey, Flork. Yeah, the mic's working. I just hadn't checked chat. Yeah, on this laptop, I can't have chat pulled up at the same time, and after you left, it was pretty quiet, so I wasn't checking it as often. Still just on the grind here. I hate when I can't fall asleep like that. Maybe the cozy RuneScape tunes might help a little bit. It's super relaxing. Every once in a while you get like a battle music or something like that that's a little more upbeat, but in general it's pretty cozy and laid back. I'm grinding for 99 fire making. That's the purpose of this Wintertodt. I'm at 88. Surprised I haven't gotten a single random event this whole stream. I am not married. I'm in a relationship. We've lived together. We've been together for about 4 years, so maybe soon, maybe soon. What about you? Yeah, you're pretty young. It's about time for me. I should have a couple kids by now, honestly. Oh yeah, I definitely want to be a dad. I think it's about time. I think I'm ready. I'll probably I'll probably do the whole marriage and kids thing pretty soon. I'm kind of in the middle of a career change, so if that goes through, you know, I'll probably start doing that kind of stuff. Ah, very specific, huh? Honestly, I think it's better like how it was back in the day. I feel like people should get married and start a family a little younger, but the world's different now. I kind of wish I started a little earlier. I don't know. I guess the right age is whenever the person feels ready, right? Some people need to wait a little longer to get their life in order. Some people are already young. Everybody's different. Yeah, 26 is a good age, I think. You want to be young enough to, if you want like a larger family, like 3, 4 kids, that you have plenty of time to comfortably do that. Yeah, at 31, you're more established. You've kind of pursued things that you're interested in a little bit more, and I guess you're a little more ready. It's a trade-off, right? There's always a trade-off. There's pros and cons to waiting. Gotta find that sweet spot. Of course he is. He wants love when he wants love, right? When you're trying to fall asleep. Cats should get married at a year and a half. Then it's time you find your cat a spouse, man. You need to get your cat a spouse, and then you'll have a whole litter of kittens to deal with. Yeah, that's sad. I had a dog when I was a kid, and my parents would breed her, and she would have some litters of puppy, but they would always give away the puppies, and I'd be so sad because I always wanted one. Yeah, I do watch some shows. I like to wait until a show ends before I watch it because I hate waiting like a year for another season or something. Are you watching anything good recently? I was watching Walking Dead back when it first came out. I kind of burned out on it though. I forgot how far I got. I got pretty far into it, but it started to feel a little repetitive to me, and I just kind of burned out on it. And then by the time I was ready to get back into it, it had been long enough to where I kind of forgot everything that was going on, and I feel like I would have to restart, so I never committed to it. Breaking Bad's amazing. It's one of my favorite series for sure. Did you watch Better Call Saul? The spin-off of Breaking Bad? That one was really, really good as well. Yeah, definitely check it out if you enjoyed Breaking Bad. It basically follows the story of the lawyer Saul Goodman. Sounds kind of odd, but it's really good. Yeah, fair enough. It is a time commitment. But put it in the back of your mind, and maybe in a year or so, if you have more time and are ready for another show. Yeah, it's hard to have more than one show going at a time. I usually never watch more than one thing at once. How hot is it over there right now? 30 Celsius, that's not too bad. That's pretty comfortable. Hey Cam, welcome in. While I'm finishing up, I'll probably be streaming for another 15 minutes or so. I'm at 3 hours 20 minutes. Wow, I've been streaming a long time. Yeah, I've been streaming since, I guess, like 6 o'clock Eastern time. Something like that. Fire making is at 88. It's about to be 89. I might get the 89 before I finish up. I'm more looking at the experience now. I'm at 4.8 million experience. Making slow and steady progress. PlayStation's pretty popular in the Middle East. What about Nintendo systems? Are they pretty popular, or is it mainly PlayStation? Alright, PlayStation's king in the Middle East. Good to know. I had no idea. Never really thought about it, to be honest. I've played a few games on the classic PlayStation, like the PlayStation 1. But I was mainly a Nintendo kid. Tomb Raider, of course, everybody played Tomb Raider. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Dino Crisis 1 and 2. Love Dino Crisis. Rayman on the PlayStation. That was great. What else? This one's silly, but my sister bought... what was that called? Disney Dance Dance Revolution, and she bought like a mat for it so she could actually like dance around on it. So we had that game too. They like the Wii, but not the Switch? That's weird. The Switch is such a well-received system, I guess. Everybody seems to really like it. And it seems to kind of build on what the Wii is. So, surprises me they like the Wii, but not the Switch. Or at least it builds on the Wii U. Alright, got that 89 fire making. Gonna hit the 90s next, boys. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a while, though. It'll take another stream. Thanks, Cam. Yeah, I'm excited to hit that 9-0, you know, feels like a milestone. I'm gonna have to time the 99, you know, I'm gonna have to like schedule it. And maybe a few of you can come here and do like a cheer emote when I hit 99 or something. We'll have like a 3-person party. All right, Cam's down for it. Yeah, I'll definitely try to schedule it then. I'm not gonna hit the 99 unless I announce it. I gotta figure out how to announce it. I'll definitely put it on Twitter, but I know not many people follow me there. I'll announce it on my Discord. And maybe on a RuneScape episode that I record, I might say, hey, I'm gonna be streaming on this day for the 99. I'll figure it out when the time comes. It's gonna be a while. That makes sense, Flork. The timing with the other system. That makes sense. Yeah, iPhones are just outrageously expensive. It doesn't make sense. It's too much money for a phone, man. I've never had an Android. I've kind of got built into the Apple ecosystem, so I do have an iPhone, but I'm not like attached to it. I don't think it's like the greatest thing ever. It's just what I've always had. Yeah, I think the new iPhone's supposed to cost like $2,200 or something crazy like that. Alright. I think that's going to do it for me. Been streaming for a while, getting a little tired. I got to get ready for bed, get things ready for tomorrow. 3 hours and a half of streaming. That's pretty decent. We made good progress today. Lots of fire making experience. What do we have? 4.9 million. I'll take it. So, yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate all of you guys. Thanks, Flork, for chatting. Thanks, Cam, for stopping by. Sorry you came at the end, but it was fun. Yeah, it was fun, Flork. It was a good stream today. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you both have a good night, and whoever else may be here.